At first light, golden rays pierce the stone workshop as Athenian masters carve curved wooden ribs with reverent precision. Sweat glistens on their focused faces, each breath steady, each chisel stroke deliberate, transforming raw timber into an... That same disciplined energy soon shifts to the marble terraces of the Labyrinth, where royal guards march in rigid, synchronized formation, polished bronze, cuirasses gleaming under the harsh daylight, their silent steps echoing like a heartbeat of power, establishing an unbroken, expanded text. High noon bathes the secluded courtyard in golden light, as Daedalus and Icarus carefully fasten their feathered harnesses, each strap snug against wax-sealed frames. Their hands move in quiet harmony, testing joints with practiced precision. Beyond the courtyard walls, late afternoon casts long shadows across the jagged cliffs as cool lookouts scan the endless horizon. Bronze spyglasses track distant merchant vessels, while disciplined postures remain unwavering, transforming the rocky outcrop into a silent sentinel network. As dusk settles, the architects leap from the wind-swept escarpment into the fading twilight, layered feathers catching thermal currents as their athletic frames lean forward, testing every curve and seam of their wax-bound wings against gravity's relentless pull, hearts pounding with courage. As night descends, the tower sentinels knock their yew-bows with steady hands, their muscular frames etched in moonlight's cold glow within ancient stone fortresses. They track faint silhouettes beyond the walls, silent, unwavering each arrow, a whispered vow. No soul shall defy. At the witching hour, the architects navigate the thinning atmosphere above the sleeping island. Moonlight illuminates their soaring profiles as they cut through silent currents, their synchronized rhythm defying the vast emptiness below with quiet confidence and shared purpose. New text. Okay. The user wants me to expand a short naval passage to exactly 18 seconds when read aloud at a comfortable pace, aiming for about 45 words. They need the core meaning preserved. Morning sun, naval commands, bronze horns, fleet coordination. And by midday, the radiant sun intensifies as the architects chase the solar zenith. Hardened wax begins to soften beneath the intense heat, while cautious adjustments in their flight paths reveal a growing awareness of their fragile creation of wax and wood. In the heat of afternoon, temple priests trace celestial patterns across polished bronze floors. Astrolabes align with the shifting sun while solemn faces track the heavens, transforming the incense-scented sanctuary into a sacred living observatory of divine. By late afternoon, the relentless heat begins to yield, softening the wax framework until it trembles like a sigh. The architects glide lower, wings straining, fighting every current to maintain lift, eyes scanning the distant ground, searching, pleading for a safe landing before ground. As twilight approaches, coastal militia advance along the rocky promenade in perfect formation, iron-tipped spears glinting like distant stars as the last light fades. Their synchronized boots echo against the ancient stone, turning the shoreline into a wall of unyielding resolve. During the evening watch, the fragile framework fractures as molten wax dissolves completely, releasing feathers that shed like whispered regrets. Architects plummet through thinning air, arms outstretched, surrendering to the sea below, a silent, tragic harmony in their final great. Under pale moonlight, oarsmen drive wooden galleys through the dark water with synchronized strokes. Muscles flex in unison as polished blades cut the bay, transforming the fleet into a hunting pack, closing the distance with unwavering focus. Under pale moonlight, oarsmen drive wooden galleys. At dawn, Icarus bursts through the surface with a thunderous splash, dissolved wax spiraling downward like forgotten dreams. Morning light, soft and golden, dances across his taut athletic form as he lets go, surrendering to the gentle current, slowly sinking. By mid-morning, harbor fishermen haul heavy hemp nets from weathered wooden skiffs beneath the blazing sun. Their movements synchronized, steady and solemn. Each pull reveals floating debris, plastic, bottles, tangled lines drifting like ghosts across the warm, shimmering harbor. At noon, Daedalus wades into the shallow waters, fingers brushing scattered feathers and splintered wood, each fragment a whisper of ambition undone. His solemn hands trace the curves of the broken framework, as if honoring what once soared, now lost, yet etched forever in the wet. Expanded text. In the afternoon, council elders debate beneath the olive groves with measured voices, their words slow as falling leaves. Wooden staffs rest against dry earth, worn smooth by generations, while synchronized head tilts absorb the weight of the moment, each silent. As evening falls, Daedalus and the surviving craftsmen quietly pack the last of the materials into weathered wooden crates, their hands moving with quiet reverence. Long shadows stretch across the damp shore, whispering of loss, turning each crate, each nail. New text. At first light, royal guards march away from the empty beach toward the distant city, their polished shields catching the golden sunrise, casting shimmering trails across the damp sand. Synchronized footsteps echo softly, each step erasing footprints left by the tide, turning the shore